Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blow the Whistle Sports. I'm your host, Wayne Holloway, and thank you once again for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share. And like always, if you want to see something in the show or you got a bright idea that you want to see us implement on the show, drop them in those comments below or hit us on any one of our social media outlets. Holler at us, we holler back. Yes, it's been a juicy weekend in football and a Monday that we won't forget. And we got to give y'all the show before the show. And this Blow the Whistle Sports coming to you live. But first, let me introduce you to my co-host. And you know his name. He goes by the name of Patrick Nagel. And Patrick, how you doing, sir?
I'm good, sir. How are you tonight?
Oh man, I'm great. I'm great. Why don't you let them know where you're from and where you're at?
So I'm from California. Grew up in the Bay Area, and then just recently moved up to the Seattle area. So originally from the Bay, moved up to Seattle, but huge sports fan. Wherever I go, busy sports day to day. So I'm excited to get into it and talk about
Man,
it.
me too.
If you're a fan of the NFL, this is like early Christmas, right? Like you get a bonus Christmas, like opening all the presidents, the new free agents. How is it going to impact my team? So exciting times. That's why we love football and uh,
Man.
and all kinds of good stuff going on. And I'm excited to talk to you about it.
Yeah, but before we hit football, where you want to go? Oh,
Let's talk about something near and dear to my heart, about some little mixed martial arts, little UFC.
woohoo! Let's go.
All right. So this last weekend they had the BMF championship belt between Max Holloway and Charles Oliveira. Wasn't the most exciting of fights, as Max likes to stand and bang, and Charles he likes to put you in a submission hold and put you to sleep. But Charles Oliveira came out the victor, dominated all 5 rounds. So congrats to him. Great guy. Couldn't think of a greater guy to win the championship. I have been around him a few times, and I can tell you he's a class act. As is Max. Max is also stalwart in the MMA, but been there a long time. Two great guys that usually put on a great, exciting fight. So that was this last weekend. But the big highlight of the weekend was the announcement of.
How did the match end? Because I didn't watch the fight.
It was a decision. It was a decision. But Charles, he couldn't submit him. He tried multiple times, but Max was just too crafty and stayed out of the submission. So it went to the decision. Unfortunately, never like to see it in the hands of the judges, but it was the right. Obviously, it was a very easy decision for the judges to make. It was easy 50-45.
How are you with those submissions? Do you like that?
I do. I mean, I'm a I'm a full practicer of all the martial arts, so
Right.
I do enjoy the jujitsu. There are times when you see people that are actively just laying on top of someone to prevent them from standing. That
Yeah.
wasn't what was happening. Charles was actively advancing and trying to submit him, but Max is just too skilled to get submitted. So it was like human chess. But I could see from the casual observer, maybe it wasn't the most exciting of fights. And one has to ask the question, is that the way you want to see the BMF title decided, right? The BMF
Right.
title stands for what you think it stands for. It's a contrived belt, kind of to think about two bangers that usually end their fights with some type of ending. In fairness, Max Holloway usually ends his fights with a knockout. This is the first time that Charles Oliveira has gone to decision in his last 12 fights. So
Wow.
so
That's an
not the
accomplishment.
normal, not the norm, but it was what it was. But the big announcement on the card was the much anticipated so-called White House event. It will be held on June 14th. It has a name, UFC 250 Freedom. And it's a pretty exciting card. It won't be until June, but on the top of the bill, you have Ilya Tapuria against Justin Gaethje for the championship there in the lightweight division. The heavyweight interim title bout, you have Alexa Pereira going up to his third weight class and attempting to win his third title in the third weight class against Cyril Gagne. That's going to be an interesting fight there. Sean O'Malley fights Amin Zahabi. Mauricio Rufy fighting Michael Chandler. Bo Nickel and Kyle Dukakis. And finally, Diego Lopez and Steve Garcia. Very exciting fight for the White House Freedom 250 event. Excited to see the undercard still being put together.
I like the name they put. They
Yeah,
put some thought into it.
yeah, UFC Freedom 250. I will say this.
Make it interesting.
I will say this. If you've fallen behind the UFC has gone to Paramount. You don't pay for pay-per-view anymore. So if you have your subscription to Paramount, UFC is free. And I think it's great. The first few events averaged about 7 million viewers. So pretty big hit going to Paramount. So pretty exciting. And I like where the UFC is headed. Let's get some fans back in it. And I like the fact that we're not getting charged, $80 a card to watch the fight. You do, along with your $9.99 monthly subscription, you can watch the fight.
And that's a big thing right there, because
it is.
Every sport seems to want to dip into all of our pockets individually. And
for sure,
it's good to hear when they know that we're spending enough money and they want to provide some entertainment, because it's way out now. It's too much.
It's out of whack. It's out of whack. And I was really happy to see them go away from the pay-per-view model. Also, if you're into boxing, Zuffa Boxing, headed by Dana White, they're also on Paramount as well. So
what is Zuffa Boxing for the people that don't know?
So Zuffa Boxing is just another boxing promotion. He's signing fighters. But he's thinking he can do it better than anybody else, because Dana White thinks he can do everything better than everybody else. But so far he's done well. The events have been nice.
He's been brilliant with this MMA.
He has, and the two Zuffa events have gone off well. He's getting some really challenging fighters in there, and I think before too long you'll see that Zuffa Boxing will probably be the main boxing organization to fight, because I think you're going to see not a lot of the things about ducking, and then
I guess we're having some technical difficulties with your internet.
Oh, I'm back.
Oh, there you go.
What I was saying was, I think you'll start to see like one of the things that's made the UFC great is, you can't duck anyone, right? They call, and this is the fight you get, and that's the fight you take. In boxing for years, as we all know, everybody ducks everybody. The greats never fight each other,
until it's too late, until they washed up.
Until
a name that's further down the road. That's when you want to fight.
So I think you're going to see a different environment. I'm curious to see where it goes, but again, I'm not investing any of my money to watch it, because it's a part of the Paramount package.
Okay. Well, I'm interested to see how they're going to promote the fights and how they're going to put the fights together. Like you said, nobody ducking anybody. Right. I've long pitched a thing to boxing about, doing a card to where best of the best, do a pyramid where,
like a tournament.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that makes it more interesting. And then when you have a champion, somebody can earn their way up to fight that champion, but you can always revert back to the card where it's best of the best, and you knock off by brackets to make it to the top, and the best person wins.
No, I couldn't agree. I mean, I could talk for hours about Roy Jones Jr. He's the greatest fighter. Well, he never fought anyone. I mean, he stood in a weight class that nobody really fought at.
I understand that, but I have this argument with people all the time. If the federation, the boxing federation, the people who are in charge of everything is allowing it, it's the best of the best if he hasn't been beaten.
100%. I don't disagree, but I mean, to say he was a heavyweight champion when he single-handedly picked out Tommy Ruiz, come on, man. You didn't fight Lennox Lewis, you didn't fight Mike Tyson, you fought Tommy Ruiz, who was, come on, just a placeholder champion, if we're going to be honest. But I that's the stuff that ruins boxing, in my opinion, and I don't like it. And I'd like to see, if you're going to have it, let's get back to having it, right? Let the best fight the best. And that's one of the reasons why I don't personally love him, but that's one of the reasons why I have a lot of respect for Oscar De La Hoya, who fought everybody at all kinds of different weights. Even not maybe, Manny Pacquiao, another guy who went to how many different weight classes to fight the next best guy out there. You have to respect a fighter like that, who's willing to fight and willing to lose, to fight the best, to see who is the best, and those are the guys that get my respect. They may not be my favorite fighters, but I respect them a lot.
Yeah, I totally get it. I've always put it. I'm with you on it. I just wish they need to make the steps to make it happen. It's a lot of talk that's been put with more than just us. The fanatics have said something about it.
Well, for sure.
A lot of mainstream people have said, and nothing has changed. It's still been the same old, and now we getting bona fide soap operas. We Mike Tyson versus Mayweather.
Yeah, come on.
Come on now.
The Paul brothers fighting it all. I mean, it's listen. I'm just gonna say this. We can talk long. We can have our own boxing show if you want it. I'll just say this right here. I think this is why Zuffa Boxing is coming in at a great time, because boxing is in essence dead, right? Like, it's very rarely that there's a fight card that gets your attention and really wants you to sit down and watch the card. Unfortunately, and even on those cards, the undercards are a bunch of people you've never heard of, and it's not fun and exciting anymore. I think Dana White will put together a good product, and I think he'll make it better. And I actually think he might actually revive the sport of boxing.
It'll make him do right.
Right. Because if you look at UFC, the best fight the best. There's and that's what people want to see.
Yeah. I agree with you 1,000%. Right now, the hottest thing in boxing right now is women's boxing. And it's one-sided because Claressa Shields is a beast. And I don't see anybody in the near future until, like what happened with Layla Ali. When Claressa Shields retires, then we're going to get some young buck in there that can give her a good run for her money, but then we're not going to see a real good fight because it'll be past her time. Right now, I don't think anybody can beat her until she's had a baby or something traumatic in her life has happened.
No, I agree. And she tried MMA. I don't know if you know that. She's fought 4 times in MMA.
Oh,
yeah. I think right now more women are going the MMA route than are going the boxing route. And I think it will take something like a Zuffa Boxing to get people back, and get women introduced to the sport and make it a viable sport, when realistically there's zero money in women's boxing. You have to be the top 1 of 1% to make any money.
Exactly, because I couldn't even find how much money this last girl made off of Claressa Shields. I know Claressa Shields got a deal where she's making millions.
She made $24,000.
That's ridiculous.
That's before paying your corner, your taxes.
That's ridiculous.
All that. So she basically fought her for free.
That is ridiculous.
And that's why you don't see more women going into boxing.
Hey, there it is right there. Now I can see why they hid this for so long. Because, I went through so many searches trying to find, they was like, it's undisclosed. It's undisclosed. All we know is millions to Claressa Shields, and she's like a titan. She's stepping on people in that, and now we know why. $24,000 to fight the $10 million lady, or $8 million, I think she got for so many different fights.
Yeah, she had some escalators. The reason why you see that, I'm sure there's some other money, undisclosed money, that this is what was disclosed to the Gaming Commission, but that money is based on performance, right? Lasting certain rounds, winning, win bonus. She may have got a small pay-per-view bonus, but I doubt it, because she's not the headliner. I mean, Claressa Shields is the headliner. So,
man, if you would have seen this lady, I feel sorry for this lady. Like, she needs a hug.
She does,
man. Her. Oh wow! And then the pre-fight thing where it was like both corners were about to start fighting. Shouldn't have done that.
No.
Don't make a Goliath mad at you before the fight.
There's a reason you don't spit on Superman's cape. You just don't do that. You gotta. Let's just keep everything. We're good.
Oh man! Well, let's. You know what? Let's jump into that NFL free agency.
Let's do it. Crazy day. First day of tampering, quote unquote tampering. For those who are a little confused, the league day doesn't start actually until Wednesday, but the NFL allows you to quote tamper or make agreements with players.
Dabble. Just say dabble.
Yeah, today, and all those moves become official on Wednesday. But literally hundreds of moves. We can't possibly talk about them all, but
we'll talk about a few. What's
of
something that
course.
stands out to you?
Well, always the quarterbacks, right? I mean, it's a quarterback-driven league, so quarterbacks were on the move today. Malik Willis signs a 4-year deal with Miami. He's going to get paid starter money. He's going to be their starting quarterback. Tua, who was cut, and by the way, Miami has to eat $99 million of his salary.
$99 million.
They're on the hook for $99 million. And
You
he signed
him. He's on another team.
That's right.
And they're paying $99 million.
That's right. Million.
I had to hear that again. It resonates. It resonates. That's crazy.
He signed a contract today with the Atlanta Falcons, so he'll be supposedly open competition for the starter job there with Michael Penix. But interesting enough, both of those quarterbacks have a very long history of injury, so an interesting move there.
You let Kirk Cousins go. That was doing fine, looking great.
Arguably, Atlanta was playing their best football.
And you picked up Tua, who wasn't doing great.
Nope.
And Michael, that's always hurt.
Yep. Well, to put it differently, Miami paid Tua $99 million to go away.
And Kevin Stefanski is the coach of this team.
He is indeed.
And he has problems with QBs.
He does.
Good luck, Miami.
No, not Miami.
No. I'm telling Miami good luck because come on, man. Kevin Stefanski, last time he was good was in Minnesota.
Kevin's in Atlanta. Kevin's in Atlanta.
But let's be real. The last time he was good was in Minnesota.
No. But Kevin's in Atlanta. Miami has a different coach, and they signed Malik Willis.
Yes, Malik Willis.
He's going to be good.
Luck, Miami.
He's going to be good.
The team Kevin Stefanski has. Who's his quarterback?
He's got 2 guys, in the infirmary ward. He's got Tua, concussion, and Michael. I got 3 ACLs at this point.
So he mustn't have any word in this decision because I guess they don't know his track record with QBs, and these QBs is hurt all the time.
That's an interesting
recipe for disaster. But that makes it for some other team though.
Well, the Raiders had a huge day. The Raiders signed a bunch of guys. I'm excited about the Raiders. Listen, I would love for them to be competitive again. They haven't been in a long time. They spent a lot of money today. They signed, Nakobe Dean from Philadelphia. They got Quay Walker from Green Bay. They got Tyler Lindenbaum as a center, the best center in the league with their brand new quarterback they're going to be drafting. They signed a couple receivers. Listen, they're trying to put a team around them. They're going to have to pay. So good for them.
Raiders.
The Chiefs were very active today. The Chiefs, who have lost almost their entire secondary, but they signed Kenny Walker, the K9, so the Super Bowl MVP.
Y'all did not want that team to get a decent running back.
They got him, and they signed a tight end by the name of Travis Kelce. You may have heard of him. They signed him for another year.
They're going to make another Super Bowl run.
And
another Super Bowl run.
They signed a couple other parts. A team near and dear to your and my heart did some heavy lifting today and signed 2 of the top tier defensive free agents with Jalen Phillips and Devin Lloyd, and are now Carolina Panthers. So, lots to talk about there.
Nothing could be finer than to be in Carolina.
To quote CBS Sports, who I have bashed many times on this show, Carolina is serious, and Carolina got a lot better today.
Oh, yeah.
That's a direct quote from CBS. So, but yeah, those are some of the moves. I mean, Travis Etienne, he signed with the Saints. The Steelers signed Rico Dowdle. They also traded for Michael Pittman Jr. Let's see. There's 1,000 other moves.
Seahawks got Rashid. They re-signed him.
Yeah, re-signed in Seattle. Isaiah Likely, top tight end on the free agent market. He went to the Giants.
Wow.
Yeah, well, who was the coach of the Giants? Harbaugh. Who was his coach in Baltimore? Harbaugh. So, he went to where he knew. I think
Baltimore still got St. Andrews.
Was that?
Baltimore still got Andrews.
They do. They didn't. He was a luxury for them, but I think Isaiah Likely is a more athletic version. I don't think he's a great blocker. I think he's a hybrid type of tight end. Yeah, but it was an exciting day. I think also I know he's on the backside of his career, but a pretty big deal, pretty big move. Not sad to see him leave the NFC South, but Mike Evans signs with the 49ers.
Wow. Wow. Hey, that's a huge signing for the 49ers. That's what they've been missing, a real wide receiver. And I'm not disrespecting any of the other wide receivers, but Ayuk is a question mark to me.
He's gone. Yeah. The 49ers are going to cut him. But I think it's a huge fit. I think it's a great fit for the 49ers. This gives them a possession receiver. It gives them something they haven't had in a long time. I really like the signing. I was surprised that Tampa didn't more to keep him, but the Niners stacked it up. I mean, it's a $16 million a year contract for a guy in his 3-year deal. So, I don't think he's going to play 3 years. I think there's some back-ended money, but it was exciting. Like I said, I think there was a crazy amount of movement today, but a lot of teams got better. A lot of teams, didn't really do a whole lot. There was some trades, Rashawn Gary goes from the Packers to the Cowboys, which I think is an interesting thing. I think the Cowboys are trying to improve their line.
You really think so? Come on now. Jerry Jones is still there.
They're trying, but I don't know that it's going to work. I think, trading and giving up. I mean, if you don't dabble in the free agent market, I don't know how good you can really be. I think there's a lot there. I think there's obviously still a lot of movement to come. And there's, we also, another player that got traded was DJ Moore. DJ Moore was traded to Buffalo. So
woo, now
that's a big move for Buffalo.
Super Bowl game in the AFC Championship. They're there. You heard it here first. They're there.
I
think no injury.
I think that is something they haven't had in Buffalo in a long time. Is a no nonsense, no attitude, no BS.
Super Bowl
number one receiver on your team, and DJ Moore is that
Super Bowl.
So
here's been holding them down.
I'm
now
not there.
They have a true number one. Super Bowl.
I'm not there with you yet, but I might by the time we get there, we got to see how the draft plays out and what other moves teams make.
Super
but I hear
Bowl.
you. I got it noted right here.
Hey. Allen got a new toy in town.
That's a good one.
They're complete package now. And what if Coleman gets his act together to become the third wide receiver? Because they're locked in at tight end.
They are.
Wide receivers, running back, bona fide, Super Bowl. Patrick, Super Bowl. Say it with me, Patrick.
No.
Super Bowl. Patrick, at the very least, AFC Championship.
I can see that. I want to see what Baltimore does. I want to see what Denver does. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just not ready to lay claim that they're going to the Super Bowl. I want to see what some of the other top teams in the AFC do with the rest of the offseason before I co-sign your Super Bowl chant.
Look, I said Baltimore was going to win last season. Baltimore has had the best team for 3 years now, arguably maybe 4. Lamar Jackson does not make the right decisions at the right time.
No, we talked about that.
He runs the ball too much. He doesn't give it to his other players. He has the weapons. He doesn't use them. Decision making is not his best thing. and he has all the talent. I'm not putting him down. He has all the keys in the box. He just doesn't use them, Patrick.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious how the new coach does with him. I'm curious how, with Jesse Minter going there and a different scheme. Him being a defensive minded coach means he's going to want to run the rock more, which means they're going to use Henry more, which like more play action passing, which I think is more better suited for Lamar. I'd like to see him make the right decisions. I'm with you. He runs when he should pass. He passes when he should run. There's a lot of things that I don't love about his game that I feel like he's leaving a lot on the table. I feel like maybe this change will help him. I'd like to see what they do. I one of the rumors, not confirmed, hasn't happened yet, is they're looking hard at Stephon Diggs, and I think Stephon Diggs would actually be a pretty big signing for them. If you put Stephon Diggs on that team along with Andrews, along with Flowers, I think suddenly now you got a pretty solid core. But the key is, what are they going to do and how are they going to use their talent? I really like Baltimore, but there's this guy that seems to have his number, and his name is Patrick Mahomes. And if they can't avoid him in the playoffs, then I don't know that they can get past him. And a team that we don't talk about very often that did some things today on the defensive side of the ball is the Cincinnati Bengals. And,
their quarterback doesn't even know if he wants to play.
Maybe if he walks out there and he sees a better defense,
wide receiver core in the NFL.
Yeah, but maybe if he walks out there and sees a better defense, maybe that might change his mind about wanting to play. But I know, I hear you. He was at the UFC this weekend.
He's been sacked so many times. I get it, but he's been sacked so many times. But
I'm hopeful.
Yeah,
I love Joe Burrow. I think he's very underrated.
Joe Cool is my guy. I like him also. But let's go beyond the team, the players
for sure.
The team, they do not do the right things to protect him, and their defense is suspect most of the time.
That's why I was surprised to see them dabble in free agency. That's not something they normally do. They signed 2 players to big contracts, spent $100 million for Afe May, and that's a big deal. And he gives them a pass rush. Listen, maybe things are changing there, maybe not. Don't know, but I'm curious to see what they do with the rest.
I give them the benefit of the doubt. Hey, anything is possible when you make moves,
for sure.
But I'm gonna always go off of what you've been doing, just like with the Lamar Jackson thing. What he's been doing, bad decisions.
The problem I have with Lamar in Baltimore, it's not a problem. The issue that they have is I think they're in a very, very tough division. I think if Cincinnati can play and stay healthy, they're a very tough out. Pittsburgh is always good. And Cleveland, they have their moments, and maybe under new leadership they'll be different, but it's a very tough division, and I don't see an easy path forward for them. Whereas Buffalo, to your point, Miami's in a complete rebuild. The Jets are in shambles. I don't know what the hell they are. In fact, I read today that they might be tanking to try and get Arch Manning, but they don't have a quarterback on their roster right now. So I don't see that there's much competition there for the Bills. I think they're going to be able to healthily get in deep into the year. So you're probably right. Kansas City has to prove that they can get past Denver and the Chargers. It's
Super Bowl
for sure.
You I didn't even have to say it. You put it out there for me. Their path is laid. It has little pillows. It has little pillows in front of them. And Denver, I'm not ruling Denver out because Bo knows football. I want him to come back 1,000% from that break. Yep. And quite honestly, if he was healthy, Denver would have won this Super Bowl. Period.
I don't know if they would have won the Super Bowl. They would have been in the Super Bowl. I don't know if they would have been
Denver. Bo, he does. I'm not taking anything away from the people who won, but when we watched the games all season long, when Bo was down, Bo did what it took to put his team in the winning position. Out of all those quarterbacks, Bo looked like he'd been there before, and and it's always good because it didn't happen, but I'm just saying
For sure.
I believe that Denver would have done it.
I just
Denver
don't.
Denver held on with and they didn't even have a quarterback.
Yeah, but
They
the
made the
conditions of
game
the
look
game.
respectful without a quarterback.
But the conditions of the game, I mean, that did change things. All I'm going to say is Seattle's defense almost pitched a perfect game in the Super Bowl, and I don't really care who they're playing. I think they would have struggled. I mean, they were almost perfect, and
I'm happy for Sam.
I am too. Couldn't think of a more deserving guy, but I'm just saying on that Sunday that Seattle's defense they almost played a perfect game.
Hey, our new Super Bowl champions is the Seattle Seahawks, the 12th man. And
Right.
if you didn't know, now you know. And that's just that. I can't take anything from them. They left it all on the field. And everybody that I told that Sam Darnold was they had to eat crow. I told everybody Sam Darnold is decent. Sam Darnold has been on trash teams in the wrong system for his style of play. Soon as you put this man on a team that gave him protection, and I'm not even talking about Seattle, Minnesota, he took them. Minnesota didn't know what they had, and didn't that GM get fired for letting them go?
No, but he should have.
Crazy.
Sam Darnold, only quarterback in history to take two separate teams 14 wins.
All you got to do is put a line around him. He's fine. When you get QBs and they're brand new QBs, they go to 9 times out of 10 trash teams. I have to say this like a broken record because I think some of our fanatic friends, they don't understand. Just because you get a fresh QB and he's on a trash team, he has to get to know his wide receivers. It's not press and play. Everybody's not Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady spoiled people. When they see Tom Brady move from a team and go to his team the first year, win the Super Bowl, Tom Brady's the great.
Yeah, he can do it. If he can do it, anybody can do it. No, there's only one Tom.
It's positioning too. Tom went to a team with arguably 3 number 1 wide receivers, and a decent running back.
You can't bring up Tom's name without saying these simple words. The man in his career, he went to 10 Super Bowls. 10. There was a time there when he had been to 25% of every Super Bowl ever played. I mean, it's insane. I mean, come on, man. The guy,
the GOAT.
He is the GOAT. I mean, love or hate him, he's the GOAT.
Drop the mic. Hey, but man, I can't wait.
Lots of moves still to be made. Lots of moves still to be made. We're excited to see what tomorrow brings, but exciting day. Excited to talk to you about it, Wayne.
Oh man, so exciting to talk to you, and it was nice having you. This conversation, this was something else. Opening day, it was opening day. We got it in. Oh my goodness,
it's here. Football will be here before you know it, and it never ends. That's why we love the NFL.
And we'd like to thank you all for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share. Tell a friend, tell another friend, and tell that friend to watch Blow the Whistle Sports. We're here for you, the fan, the fanatic. Not all about that network stuff. We're going to give you the real on how fans feel, not from players' perspective. No, fans, the people who put the butts in the seats, the people who buy the memorabilia, the people who love the sport. We see y'all next week, Monday, for another show before the show. Blow the Whistle Sports. Be sure to tune in. Me, Wayne Holloway, Patrick Nagel. See y'all next week.
See ya.